views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or a substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Stay in lane. What we said, stay in lane. What we said, stay. What we said, ready, set, goals. Ready, set, goals. Ready, set, go. It's okay. It's fine. Happy Monday. It's a new week. Welcome to the Stay in Your Lane podcast. I'm your host, Samantha. And today we have a great episode. Welcome to the series, the graduation series, where we have the amazing graduate come on, share their story about their college experience and what's next after college. So today I have a beautiful young lady in the studio with me. But before I get into that, I hope you guys go over to our Instagram at stay underscore. You see, I just changed I should always let the Instagram stay by itself. But you know what, guys? There's a next page that I came across that called Stay in Your Lane. So I had to switch up the writing, like switch up the name a little bit. But not to confuse you guys, it's stay underscore in your lane underscore podcast. So I hope you guys got that. Go to YouTube at SLAOESSEX. Always get that mixed up, and then you're gonna see us, and also on Spotify. All right, so you can actually go out and check out our past episode and anticipate this one. So with no overdue, I hope you guys is doing amazing. It's May, it's a new month, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I hope you guys is literally in a nice mental space, or if you're not, just try to reground yourself. I will actually do a mental health episode in the coming weeks. I'll actually do it Thursday, so you guys could have that just to reset, so we can actually go into the summer, because it's summertime now, and I know the beach and everything is going to be open up very soon. We have Memorial Weekend coming up, so let's get the vibes going. But anyway, today I have here in the studio with me the amazing Sillia. I do not have the vocal card like hers, but guess what? She's a music major and also the president of the music club. No, she gonna get me. How you doing?
I am doing absolutely wonderful today. It's lovely to be on this podcast. I've been dying.
Finally, guys. Yes. Finally.
I've been dying to find time between exams and all of my events to come to the podcast and just to share whatever you have to ask me. As of right now, I'm doing awesome. The weather is great. No more seasonal depression for me. I just love the sun. The sun just hitting my skin it's just an ephemeral feeling. I just love it.
I love that for you. So I know I just introduced you as a music major and also the president of the music club, but I know there is much more to you. So briefly, can you just tell the audience a little bit more about you?
Of course. Okay, so as you mentioned before, I'm a music major, so music is an integral part of my being. I would say I'm also an aspiring actor. I also work with the film club.
Ooh.
And I also do musical theater. That's also something that I'm interested in being a part of. I'm a singer. I'm a vocalist. I love to perform. I'm just a performer. That's just my basis for myself. I'm also an artist in general. Like, I like to paint. I love to crochet. I love to sew. Yeah, that's just pretty much me.
Oh, wow. You're multifaceted. I love that. I heard you mention crochet, and that's one hobby that I'm trying to pick up. Yes. I have never crocheted before, but I said I'm going to go to Michael's or maybe Amazon, or I don't know, but it's something that I want to do this weekend. Yes. And just buy the ball and needle.
There is actually a crochet club here, and that's where I learned how to crochet.
Yes,
that's where I learned how to crochet. Was I think winter. I think it was fall of 25.
Uh-huh.
fall of 24, where I just joined the club. And like I didn't like see anything happen. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna join it for fun.
Yes.
And now I like crochet all the time in my free time, and I also sew. So it's like those things go hand in hand anyway.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like supplementing the skills I already had.
I love that for you. I think we had met prior. I think there was one day because the lady that started it, so I was here. I remember when she started it, she got sick.
Yes.
And I think it was used to be on Friday.
Yes.
I think I went there waiting one day. I think you were upstairs waiting for her to come, but she took so long after that. I didn't have, my schedule just didn't align to come. I never end up actually was able to be a part of the club. But I remember when that club started, and that's so great to see that you didn't know how to crochet and the club was able to actually help you with that. I said I'm going to use YouTube. I don't know, but it's what it is. But how did you get in music? How did you where you start singing from you were younger?
Yes. Something that was a key part of my musical journey was my interactions with my siblings. So I'm the third of 4 siblings. My second oldest sister, she would get me and my younger sister together, and we would sing covers of songs as like a trio. And it was mainly Meghan Trainor, All About That Bass, and Your Lips Are
all
Moving.
About the bass.
Yeah.
Bass. All okay.
So, when I was with my sister, I was always like, a background singer with her. And I was like, oh, I wonder how that would feel to like, branch out and do my own thing. So I would go on YouTube, search up all the greats, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, my fave, and Beyonce, and just try to mimic them as closely as possible.
Yeah.
And I did not sound good.
No?
I did not sound good. Very early on, I was like, I couldn't find my own tone, but the more I practice, and this is what I tell a lot of people who ask me, hey, like, how do I sing like you? It's honestly practice. Because, of course, my voice was like, I was very young. I was like, 7, 8 years old. And I didn't really find my voice until I was like 8. So like a year after that, where I was just practicing and practicing and singing and singing and singing. And I think when I was 8, I was in a production of Annie. Like, when the Black Annie came out, it was like this big thing, especially for like Black communities.
Yeah.
And my elementary school was doing a production, and I auditioned. And I was like, it's really fun. And because, we're kids, they couldn't pick one Annie, so I was one of 3 Annies selected. They didn't want to make parents mad or anything, so I was one of 3 Annies selected. And it was a wonderful experience. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to keep singing. I want to keep singing forever. Like, this is like something that I love to do. And I don't know, I just really found my place in it.
I love it. So you say you found your lane.
Yeah.
I love that for you. What does stay in your lane mean to you?
Stay in your lane
means
to me, it means focusing on your path. I think a lot of the times people care about what other people think. And that's something I try to like push out of myself. One thing, I also like attend therapy, and I do therapy a lot. And another thing I found was that the more you focus on others' like perception of you, because one, you can't really control how others perceive you.
True.
That's bottom line.
Yeah.
The more you focus on the perception of others, you tend to lose the perception of yourself.
Yes.
And you only put yourself in a box of what how other people perceive you. And you kind of lose insight on who you are as a person.
Yes.
So stay in your lane means that you're just focusing on yourself. It's like prioritizing yourself and your being. That doesn't mean you're selfish, but it just means that you are going to put yourself first. And then when you feel that you're in a position where you can look at others and, aid others and, find time for others, then you can be like, okay, I can help you here, I can help you there. But it means to prioritize yourself and prioritize your own path.
I love that, because I always tell people the name itself, Stay in Your Lane, Rise, Reclaim, and Redefine. It's all of what you just said, right? I think there's a stigma when people hear Stay in Your Lane. Oh, yeah. It's mind your business, and in a negative way, like you don't care about others or anything like that. But it's not really that. It's everything that you just explained. It's how someone tailored it to their life, but most importantly, it's about not comparing yourself to others and focusing on what you're doing. So I love that. So I have to ask you. I know you mentioned you discovered music when you discovered that you have a passion for music at a young age with your sisters by being a backup singer and in your trio and everything. So as you transition as a teenager, that's when we kind of slowly coming into ourselves, because as kids I feel like we do many little things to see what fits us, what we love. When was a turning point when you realized that I'm in the right lane, I want to do music?
That I feel like that lane did not appear until I was 17. Before then, I actually did stop singing.
Oh wow.
I will say that your teachers are a fundamental part of your growth, and I did not have the best teacher, and that person was very detrimental to my music journey. I went to a performing arts school. I would say
Here?
In New Jersey.
In New Jersey,
Yeah.
okay. In Essex County?
Yes. So my teacher, I was 12, I would say. It was 6th grade, and we had a test, and the test was to sight read music, like to read music. And because it was in front of everybody, I froze up and I got so nervous and I messed up so many times. And he looked at me and he said, "What are you even doing here?"
Wow.
And I think that kind of solidified that I don't think I needed to be in a musical space. And I just stopped singing after that year.
From that one, at the age of 12?
Yeah, I stopped singing. I didn't stop singing in a way that like, oh, I didn't open my mouth to sing. I stopped singing publicly.
Okay.
Like when I went to school, like the 7th grade, the 8th grade, nobody knew I knew how to sing. Nobody knew anything about that. I would like post privately on a private account. I would hum, but I wouldn't sing publicly in a way that like made it known. I would just only keep it to myself, because I felt like when he asked me what am I doing here was kind of like asking what is my purpose.
Yeah.
And being 12, I'm like, I don't really know. It made me feel like I didn't belong in that space, and that maybe music just wasn't really for me.
For you, yeah.
And in the same breath, like I said, teachers are a really big fundamental part of your growth and your experience, whether it's in a college or whether it's in high school or middle school. I started singing again. Like when I went to, I think it was like my sophomore year of high school, I decided that, I'm going to do this talent show.
Wow.
Right. I'm like, I'm so nervous. I haven't sang in front of everybody in so long. This is so nerve-wracking for me. And I did the audition, and it was the choir teacher who was like, conducting the auditions. And he asked me, he's like, "Why aren't you in my choir yet?"
So he knew you could sing?
Well, he didn't have any knowledge prior to the audition.
Okay.
So when I sang at the audition, he was like, "Why haven't I seen you anywhere else? Like,
Okay.
where have you been?" And I was just like, no. He's like, "Okay, you're going to be in my choir next year." So I did the audition for the talent show. I did the talent show. I got like runner up, like 4th or something. But I was very proud of myself because it meant that I was finally coming out of my shell.
Yes.
And I was like, I wasn't shy, but I was like very, very like conscious about my voice. And it just meant that I was coming out of my shell. And then junior year, I found my schedule, and there choir was. It was right there. He pulled strings to get me into choir and like talked to my counselor and things like that. Wow. And
that's how it started.
Yeah, and that's how I got back on my track to being a singer and singing publicly.
That's a turning point. So at 17.
Yeah. So it was a junior year, and I went through a lot of events that kind of shifted my standing point, because I'm going to be so honest with you. I didn't think I could pursue music as a career. And something that I've been learning is that a no does not mean that it's a no entirely.
Yes.
So when I started auditioning for colleges and things like that, leaving high school, I got a lot of no's. I got a majority of no's. And that's how I ended up here. That's another turning point for me. I went to the enrollment office, and I thought I was going to apply for accounting. I thought I was going to be an accountant. And I don't remember his name, but he was in the enrollment office, and he was like, we need more music majors. Just sign up to be a music major. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
So when you came here, you signed up you didn't sign up for account, you go straight to.
No, I signed up for accounting like on the application, but when I came to enroll for my classes, I was just like, I was on the borderline of like, oh my God, do I sign up for accounting classes or do I
pursue music?
Yeah.
So the prior schools that you applied to, the music school, was it because you got a lot of no? You felt like you weren't good enough to continue to pursue music?
That was another thing. And my auditions, I auditioned for Montclair and also auditioned for Rutgers. And I didn't audition for anything else. I just really wanted to go to Rutgers really badly. And unfortunately, during my Rutgers audition, I got sick. I got completely sick, and I could not perform my best. I couldn't perform my best. And I didn't want to beat myself up, so I still went to the audition. I was like, doesn't hurt to try. And I did it. I got a no, and I got a no from Montclair as well. And,
So I have a question. So when you apply for these music majors at these schools, you have to be able to sing.
Yes.
If you're not able to sing, they do not accept you inside the program.
So the requirements are usually a little bit different for musical theater. I'll get into that later. But when it comes to music programs, like vocal performance majors, they have pretty strict requirements. So for me, the pieces that I had to learn were like either classical or baroque pieces, so operatic pieces, and they had to be in different languages. So for my audition, I learned one in Italian, one in French, and one in German. And German is actually one of my favorites to sing in.
Wow.
Yes, so you had to learn these pieces in German, and it had to be foreign languages. You can have one in English, but they wanted to see where your skill was when it comes to learning other languages and applying that to the musical notation and the rhythmic notation of the piece. Because, when people sing different songs in different languages, it sounds a little off, or it sounds like it doesn't sound correct. So, it's just training in that area.
Okay.
And they also do rhythm dictation and also sight reading. So during the audition process, what I remember is that they would put a random sheet of music in front of you. It could be like 2 bars or 4 bars. And they will ask you to sight read it and sight sing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So just a side note, because I wanted to ask you something. You said you had 3 sisters, right?
I have
2?
Yeah, I have 3 sisters, yes.
I'm
the third out of 4.
Okay, so you're like you're the third out of 4? Okay, so I thought you were like the last one. Because the last kid, we always said they were the wash belly. Like, Jamaican. Like, okay, you're the wash belly. But as you mentioned, we all go through stuff, right, in our childhood and stuff. Some things we don't want to share, something we don't. But I'm happy you seems like you're from a background of... Your siblings are very motivated. They all have career, which I think is very great. And the reason why I ask you is that sometimes, like for me, I'm not really, I have brothers and sisters, but I'm not really close. They're there and stuff, but I motivate myself, right? They're not like, a big motivator or anything like that. So it seems like you do have your siblings in your corner, which I think is very great. For that. So I have to ask you, coming here to Essex County, where you had to audition?
No. So... not gonna lie, Essex County was my last choice.
Yes.
And it wasn't because of the stigma about community college. Also, it would be a lot cheaper. I have a scholarship saying that if I attend Essex County College for 2 years, they will pay for any 4-year in-state within New Jersey. So it was also another plus for me to come to ECC. There was no audition process. You just come in, you learn, and that was kind of it. And like I said, it was my last choice, but I feel like rejection is always redirection. So all those no's that I got from Montclair and Rutgers were actually a blessing in disguise, in my opinion. I learned so much here, and it almost makes me a bit emotional to be like, oh, I'm departing. But it's not really a goodbye because I'm never a stranger. I'm always going to be around and things like that. But coming here to ECC has been so, like, it's built me as a musician and an artist and a singer, and it made me learn how I can connect with others in different ways. And I just love the community here. And also when I was applying to other schools, the main thing I was looking for was community. And if I can't find what I have here going somewhere else, then I don't really think I need to be there, if that makes sense.
I love that. So when you came here, did you go straight into the music club?
Yes.
Wow.
I think it was... Okay, so a lot of the music majors, we were also looking for an outlet because a lot of the stuff that we learned is more classical or more jazz orientated. And we love to do rock and pop and things like that. So we were looking for an outlet. And, I was also looking for, a place where I could belong too.
Yes.
So I went to the music club and, it was the beginning of the year. It was fall of 24. And I was like, I'm just going to observe a little bit and, see how I feel. And our former president and vice president was there. And, I was just kind of like, there. And it was like, show us what you got type of thing. And then I sang like one of my German pieces because I don't really have anything in my pocket to sing.
Okay.
And they were like, wow, that's awesome. And someone was like, oh, I don't know how I can top that. It was like really funny. But it was a great experience. I was like, okay, maybe I can come back here more often. And and I just started like attending and just being a part of shows and, interacting with other people, making friends. That was a big part for me. Like I just wanted to make friends who, had similar interest, with me and things like that. And I did find that. And I was like really happy to like find an
tribe.
Yeah, that, and like also find an outlet outside of my major because, a lot of the times things kind of get stagnant, things kind of get boring. You're learning things, but you want to be able to apply them.
Yes.
And so, being a music club, you were able to like, we were able to apply them because a lot of the music majors were also in the music club. So we kind of like,
know each other and stuff.
It was like, like you said, find our tribe and things like that.
So when do you become the president?
When did I become the president?
Yeah, did you choose like, yes, I want to be the president, or did they like, you should be the president? How did that happen?
I think it was fall of 25. I came late to a Thursday meeting, I think, and I walked in and they were doing like elections, and I think they were voting on president. I was like, hey, can I be a contender as well? I think, I'm trying to think. I don't remember who was going to initially be president. I think it was either Bolivar. I think he wanted to be president, but then I was like, wait, can I be president? He was like, oh, yeah, it's fine because, like, this is your last year anyway, and I can just be president next year.
Okay.
So he was, like, pretty decent about it, and Al was our vice president.
Oh, really? Al was a VP?
Yes, he was a VP.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, and he was only VP for fall of 25. And I was like, everyone, Mr. Al was like all in favor and everybody raised their hands. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm president now. Awesome.
I love that. You sing very, like, you have like a nice voice. I don't know much about singing. I just know when someone sounds good. I just know when someone sounds good. I really don't know much about singing because I can't sing to save my life. Maybe in the bathroom. I don't know. I may hit some notes and it may sound good and stuff. But yes, you sing very passionately. So you know this is something that is very, like, you've been doing it for a long time, but it's something that you love, right? Because we know when something comes off natural versus when it's forced, right?
Definitely.
So with you can tell, like, you breathe this. This is something that you want to pursue. This is your life. You're like walking in it. It's like water.
Yes,
like,
music is my life. I don't really imagine a world without like music. I can't do that. That would be so detrimental to me. If I woke up tomorrow and I couldn't sing, I think I would actually like die from a broken heart.
Ooh.
Because, that's actually possible. Like,
Yeah, it's your vocal.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, and like people can actually die from a broken heart. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think
Heart
that,
attack.
yeah, and I think that would actually happen to me because singing.
Ooh, let's not even.
Yeah.
Let's not. That's
Let's
not gonna
not.
happen. That's
Let's
just your passion.
not.
So you came to Essex County in 2024.
Yes.
2024. No, it's 2026, and you're about to walk. What's one of your favorite memory here at Essex County?
My favorite memories.
Yes.
Here at Essex County. Oh man. I think honestly, being with my friends.
Yeah.
I'm a person full of laughter, so I love to laugh. I make jokes all the time, so like having inside jokes with my friends is probably like one of the best memories. Like if we see something that reminds us of the joke, we'll just start laughing and things like that. Another thing I would say would be performing, of course, because the people upstairs, like they ask us to perform for the tree lighting and things like that, the opening of the library. And, we just make so many memories together performing and just being together and just performing together. One of my favorite memories, too.
I love that. So knowing that Essex County was your last resort, like your last,
Yeah.
I would say last option, that's how they put it. And now that you have completed everything, you have completed your journey here. You have 2 years. When you reflect, what comes to your mind? Like what idea that you had at the first day with being Essex being your last chance, your last option? I know that you're here, you complete, you see the school model, you see their values, you have done so many shows. How has your mind changed overall when it comes to Essex County for someone that may be thinking about, I don't really like coming to college, and there may be a stigma, I'm not sure, because I just come to Essex County, I didn't look up the school or anything like that, but I've been listening to you. What have changed for you about the school, and what would you say to someone that's maybe looking to come to Essex County and think like it's not a good idea?
I would say that your experience at Essex County College is what you make of it. A lot of the times people hear, there is a stigma about community college saying that like, it's not as great as a 4-year university and things like that. And I've even heard people say like, Essex County College is like grade 13. And
it's like what?
It's grade 13.
Okay.
It's like, 12th grade and then
high school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I've heard all of those negative things. And I want to say to anyone who is interested in coming to Essex County College that your experience here is what you make of it. So if you fool around and mess around and make it a grade 13, that's kind of what it's going to be for you. But if you sit down and actually pay attention and take time to find clubs, find your people, it's not going to feel like, just a regular day at school. It's going to feel like a place you kind of want to keep coming back to. For me, like, I love interacting with my professors and my teachers. They make learning fun for me. They're always willing to help me and support me. And it's just so beautiful, especially the club, too.
Yes.
Like, music club is another place where I feel like I belong. That's, like, almost like my second home. Like, I can jam with people that care about me and people I care about. And like I said, college is only what you make of it. So even if you go to a 4-year university, it might not be the right place for you.
That's true. Okay, I love that insight. So what currently drives your passion?
What currently drives my passion?
Yeah, what drives your passion overall?
Connecting with people. I love, as you know, I love to talk. I can't.
It's okay.
I love to talk. And I feel like Stevie Wonder said it better in one of his songs. It's called Sir Duke. Music is a world within itself with a language that we all understand. And so for me, music is a language. It's like a way of connecting with others in a way that words cannot.
Yeah.
And that kind of drives my passion. Like, I love to interact with people. I love when I perform, I love to leave them with something. Like, let's say they have a bad day. I hope that my performance makes them see the world a little differently, makes them want to listen to music, make today a better day or something. I just really want to have an impact on people with my voice and my music. And I I want to make people love music in a way, or see music in a way that I do. That's kind of what drives me.
Yeah, they say music is therapy. It's something that
It's actually the
heals the
musical
soul.
therapy. Like, people can actually have a degree in musical therapy and actually treat patients and things like that.
I love that. So when everything is noisy and distracting, what's your go-to ritual or mindset hack to actually lock you back in?
I'm trying to think. Meditating. It's kind of like sitting with myself.
Ooh, yes.
Sitting with myself. There's this one album I put on. It's called The Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder.
You love Stevie
I
Wonder.
love
Love
Wonder so
that. Now
much.
you're about to make me go look up some music.
Yes, please do. I can give you recommendations after the podcast. But yeah, so I put on that album, and there's a few songs that kind of like, when I feel overwhelmed and kind of distracted, my energy feels a lot lower. So to like get my energy up and kind of motivate myself to get back in a mindset where I need to be, I put on a couple songs. I kind of dance. Dancing is really good for your body.
It is.
And like just kind of moving around. Like even when I eat, I kind of dance a little shimmy, a little shake. It's like really good for your body. Kind of like lifts your energy and things like that. And that's kind of what I do. I just kind of like move around, and if things get a little too much for me, I have like people in my life that like I can message and be like, hey, can you reel me in? I just need a conversation. I just need a minute with you. And if they're not available, I kind of just write things down while I'm listening to music. I love to do like a kind of a process, because sometimes you don't know when you're overwhelmed. You can just feel it. You don't have like a word to describe it. So like the more I write, I can kind of like contextualize my feelings and put an emotion to it, like describe what I'm feeling and why I'm feeling that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does make sense. Journaling, right? So yeah, it's a part of therapy. You say you understand your feelings more, because sometimes you don't really know of that. And it's good that you have someone in your corner that you can call to actually like help you to, because sometimes I feel like sometimes we maybe going through a lot, or we don't know that we're going through a lot, or maybe feel confused in a certain way and you don't really know how to describe it. It's that feeling of that. And then a person that you trust and able to confide in may be able to help you to figure out what's really going on with you.
Yeah.
So that's actually very good that you have that. I love that for you. So being a musician, right? I know, how do you actually work? How do you manage collaboration?
How do I manage collaboration?
Yes.
Within music club or
overall?
Overall?
Yes.
With collaboration, sometimes depending on who it's with, it could be easier or it could be a little harder. One, schedules do matter, so to see like where those things line up. And when it comes to being in a band, schedules matter so much, because not everyone can attend the same day, not everyone can practice the same day, and you know, like a schedule is needed. I feel like that is the main point of contention when it comes to like collaborating with people, is kind of schedules, and also personalities also do matter as well. A lot of people do have different goals and different mindsets. So if those clash within the group, if like not everyone is on the same track, it does cause like chaos and contention with a lot of people.
So with that, if there is contention or anything like that, how do you like strategize and, you know, so you can actually maintain your own unique voice?
Okay. I feel that when there is contention, of course I try to mediate it. I'm also like since I'm like the third sibling, like I'm always the mediator between like both ends, like my younger sibling and my older sister. I'm always in the middle of things. So I always try to like mediate and be like, hey, what can we do to solve this? How can we get our ideas back on track? And communication is a really big part. But if I see that me attempting to communicate is not working, then I will probably never work with those people again.
Okay.
I know that may seem a little like a big jump or a big like leap, but like I said before, I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to prioritize myself. If working with you is causing me stress, then I don't think I need to be here.
I totally understand. I totally get that. So as we wrapped up, I think I have maybe 3 or 4 more questions. Okay. But I have to ask you, what is the biggest challenge you faced while staying in your lane?
The biggest challenge that I faced.
Yes.
I think being patient.
Being patient.
Yes.
Okay.
Being patient with myself and then being patient with others. I'm a very go type of person.
Yes.
And sometimes I think just taking a step back and observing is key.
Yeah.
And is important. And also just being patient with myself. Like, yes, sometimes, like, I'm not going to get all the songs right on the first try. And yes, practice is needed. And I just have to be patient with myself and patient with others. Because sometimes I'm a young adult. I'm 20 years old. And sometimes I expect people who have more experience than me and people who are older than me to have a level of experience that I don't. But sometimes that's not always true.
True, yes.
And I have to be patient with them too, because maybe this is their first time learning as well.
Yeah.
And it's not in areas of skill, I find, because I feel like all the musicians that I've worked with are extremely skilled. I feel like it's patience in their mentality, because not everyone is going to have or think like I do.
Not everyone have patience. You have to have in being in your field, I believe you have to have a student mentality, and not everyone want to be a student. Yeah. So that can definitely cause conflict. So what lesson have you learned from failure or setback?
Oh, what lesson have I learned?
Yes.
I think I mentioned this previously.
Uh-huh.
A no is never like a definite answer. Like, it's never going to define who you are. I feel like a lot of my failures have come from rejection. And I feel that what I've learned is that a no is not always like definite. Like, it's not going to brand on your skill and be like no forever.
The door is not completely shut.
The door is not completely shut. There's another door behind you that's going to open.
Yes.
So that's kind of something that I learned.
I love that. So with those lessons that you have learned, right? How do you continue learning and growing? How do you use those?
Oh, so I feel that a lot of the time I keep my mind open to new ideas and new people. I find that the more open you are, the more you're open to growing. So if you have this closed like mindset of like, I'm going to do this one way, I'm going to do this another way, there's not a lot of room for growth. And with the no's that I've gotten, I take the time to do something else. Sorry, excuse me. I take the time to do something else. So because I've gotten so many no's from the colleges that I applied to recently, I'm taking the time to work on my own music, my own like EP myself.
Love that. Look at that. We need that. Okay, love that.
Working on my own music and like my own craft and finding things that I didn't have time to do this semester, like sewing and painting and going to museums, taking walks, taking a breather, making a smoothie, just trying to kind of enjoy things. Because like I said before, I wasn't really patient. I took so many classes this semester to kind of finish out and just like, I'm so ready to go to my 4 year. And I feel like the universe was kind of telling me like, you need to be patient, babes. Like, it's coming for you.
I love that.
Like, I did so much. I was trying to speed through everything. And now I kind of like, I'm not directionless, but I'm trying to find my direction now because my plans that I had previously kind of fell through. And
it never fell through.
Well, my initial plans did fall through, I would say.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of like, okay, now I need to, rebalance myself. And I think I'm doing pretty well. I am kind of working on background acting and things like that, working on my own EP. I have an audition right after this podcast for something.
Ooh, look at that.
I'm just trying to recalibrate myself in general. So, I'm going to be okay. That's
you are. I love that for you. So are you excited for graduation?
I am excited. Yes, I am excited because I will be singing for graduation.
Ooh, and I'll be in the building because I'm walking too.
Yes.
So look at that. I love that. So what's next? I know you said you have an audition today, and are you going to a 4 year or are you just going to just spend time and just work on your craft?
Well, I am waiting. I was waitlisted for one of the College of Manhattan School of Music.
Uh-huh.
I was waitlisted, so I'm trying to see, like, what's the idea? Like, am I going to be off the waitlist? Am I going to be offered a spot? I'm also waiting for Montclair. Even if I do not get into the program, I will probably do, like, undecided and maybe find a major, like, marketing or accounting just to kind of stabilize myself
Yes.
while I do my music and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, all up to, the world and fate and things like that. But I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm kind of letting it go and just seeing what comes to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I love that you're more, you're not your prior self. Earlier, I don't know if you really listened, you had those no's kind of knock you down, right? But now you're more open because that's the experience to making you feel like you're going to accept whatever the result in, and you're not closing yourself out.
Yeah.
You just know that you're going to be somebody and you're not going to stop music
this
this
is
time.
not gonna, like, no is not going to stop me.
I love that.
Yeah.
So not even my finals, I think I have 2 questions. So for someone that is struggling in their lane, right? Hearing your story today and everything, what advice would you give someone?
Spend time with yourself.
I love that.
I feel like the more, like, I love being surrounded by people and I love having social interactions. But the more I did that, the more their opinions kind of affected mine.
Okay.
And I wanted to kind of find my own person, because in order to stay in your lane, you need to know who you are. Yes. So I spent more time with myself. And, I relaxed. I was like, what do I like? What do I think about these ideas and the things that are happening in the world, instead of going on social media and seeing other people's opinions and, like, taking them for myself? I wanted to form my own thoughts and my own beliefs. What do I believe is right? What do I believe is wrong? What are my morals? So that's what I did to kind of stay in my lane. That's the advice I would give.
That's a great advice. It's just to look within yourself and not outside, because then that's when the noise and everything blocked you. So I love that. So my final question to you, because you are a musician, what's your favorite road trip anthem? What's your favorite song that lifts you up?
What's my favorite song?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is such a difficult question. This is so mean. Like, you're asking me to pick one. So for this, okay, I'm gonna go back to Stevie Wonder, as you know.
Okay, that's fine.
I would say a song that lifts me up.
Yes.
I would say it's the song "As" by Stevie Wonder.
Axe.
As, like A-S.
Oh, has. Okay.
No, A-S.
A-S.
Yeah,
as. Oh, as.
Yes.
Okay.
By Stevie Wonder. It's about just loving yourself and being yourself. And
guys, I'm just putting it in.
it has a wonderful beat. It's very upbeat. And it's a very long song, in my opinion. And it's so wonderful. And I just love to listen to it. And it makes me feel happy again. It feels like sunshine to me.
Sunshine on a rainy day. Okay, so guys, we have someone just joined us. But before we close out, any final words from you before Mr. Hutt take the mic? Any final words of wisdom for the listener? Anything that you want to say?
I do want to say that you are right where you're meant to be. And I don't want people to take others' experiences into account and base them off of themselves. I want them, again, to stay in their lane and kind of prioritize themselves. Take care of yourself this summer. Relax this summer. Do what you have to do this summer. If you have a goal, plan it out.
Love that. Oh, my God. So I just want to say, Sillia, thank you so much for actually coming on today. Yes. I really appreciate it. This is just part 1, okay, guys? I really enjoy everything that you have to say and everything. Part 2, we have our amazing advisor, who's the advisor for the music club and also the podcast club. And you guys don't want to miss that, because I'm dying to know what he has to say for both of us, because he's been in the studio this whole time, just sitting down, listening to us. You understand, listening to Celia's story and just having a good time. So I can't wait. So I just want to say, beautiful, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. I see great things happening to you, in your future.
Yes.
And I'm so happy we were able to actually come on and be able to, have this sit down. I think it was a perfect timing. So I just want to say thank you for that. But before we go, what's a quote that you actually, what's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote?
Yes.
Oh, that's very interesting. I think it's by Zora Neale Hurston, and it's. Can I actually look this up real quick?
Yes, you
Okay,
can
hold
go
on.
ahead. So while she's looking it up, as I always say to
in
you
my
guys out
notes.
there, see the kingdom, all that you wish for will be granted to you. Remember, this is only part 1. Part 2 is coming, and you don't want to miss that because that's the big one, okay? You ready?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
go
ready.
ahead.
I have this in my notes. It's by Zora Neale Hurston, and it says, "If you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it." And what this means to me is that you always, not to say over-explain, but always communicate who you are, what you mean, and all of your feelings. Even if it's to no avail, to like not to make people understand, but to put it out there, because I feel like what she was trying to say is that if you don't explain that you're in pain, people will be like, "Oh, she was in pain, but like she didn't say anything. She never explained. She never stood up for herself. So she probably just liked being in pain. She never like kind of advocated for herself. Always advocate for yourself." That's what that means to me.
I love that. Okay, so always advocate for yourself. That's the final word, okay? So my favorite quote is start unknown, finish unforgettable. See the kingdom, all that you wish for will be granted to you. For all my listeners out there, I want to say thank you so much. And I hope for you to come back for part 2. We're going to have, it's me and the beautiful Sillia, and we're going to have our amazing advisor. And we can't wait to see what he have to say. Stay in lane. What we said, stay in your lane, stay in your lane, stay in your lane.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.